But thank you for joining us for our open house at your house this evening. My name is Carly Pappas. I am one of the college recruiters here at Germanna Community College. Just a little bit about myself. I graduated from Old Dominion University back in 2018. I then spent about a year and a half with George Mason University as an admissions counselor. So I helped both freshmen and transfer students apply to George Mason. And then October of 2019, I joined Germanna as their college recruiter. So very similar to what I was doing up at Mason, just smaller scale. But we're here to talk about Germanna this evening. We're going to learn about our many different programs here. We have our brand new program called College Everywhere. That's our 100% online accelerated degree option. We're going to learn a little bit about our career and professional training opportunities, early college for high school students, our transfer and career services, academic and student support services, how to pay for your future, and then how to get started at Germanna. So we just celebrated our 50th year this past fall. We're super excited about that. We hope to continue to serve the community for another 50 years to come. At this moment, April 19th, 2021, we are completely online due to the pandemic. All of our services and instruction are being conducted online. For classes, there's two options. We have asynchronous and synchronous classes. Asynchronous means it's module driven. We provide all the material up front to you and you work through it by the designated deadline that your professor sets. Synchronous means it's live. So it'd be very much like this. You would log into your computer through Zoom the same time every week to receive instruction. So those are the two options for online classes at this point. When we do reopen campus, and we're not sure when that will be, we will offer obviously in-person classes, but we will continue with online instruction as well. So if you really like online classes, they're not ever going away. You will still have that opportunity to take them. So we're top ranked in Virginia and across the country. We offer over 60 different certificate and associate degree programs. We typically serve about 13,000 students every year. And about 70% of our student population are part-time students. So what that means is they're taking about 11 credits or less per semester. Students always have the discretion to choose how many classes they want to take, and usually in what format. Unfortunately, because of COVID, you only have an online option at this point, but you can choose between synchronous and asynchronous classes. Now, when we do reopen, you'll have the option of the three: asynchronous, synchronous, and in person. We're also about a third of the cost of most Virginia four-year public schools, and we'll be talking about how to pay for your future in terms of education later on in the presentation. But it's just a very smart and economical decision to go to your community college first, get your associate's degree done, and then transfer it to a four-year if that's what you're looking for to receive a bachelor's degree. But I want to talk about College Everywhere, which is our brand new program, the 100% online accelerated degree option. So we just started this past fall. Typically, an associate's degree takes about 2 years to complete, but with this program, it's only going to take you 1 full year. So it's pretty fast paced, pretty intense, but as long as you have the motivation and determination to get your work done, you'll do just fine. Let's say you start with us this fall semester. So over the fall, it's about 15 weeks long. You're actually going to have 3 sessions of classes. So your first session, you'll be in 3 classes. Second session, another 3. Your last session, another 3 classes. So over one semester, it's upwards of 9 classes, but never all at once. And then you'll do that for your fall. You'll do that for spring, summer, and then you graduate at the end of August next year. So it's really fast paced, can get students to their bachelor's degree program a lot quicker than the typical 2-year route. We are offering this in 4 different associate degree programs currently. So we have our business administration degree, which can be used to walk into an entry-level position right away, or you can transfer it to a 4-year of your choice. Then we have college transfer, which is our general studies associate's degree. This is really the easiest one to transfer to any of the 4 years here in Virginia because it's hitting your general education classes, so your math, English, history, and sciences. And then we build about 15 credit hours in there for you to do transfer elective work. At that time, you can choose almost any of the classes that we offer here at Germanna. If you don't have an idea of what you want to major in when you get to that four-year institution, that's when we suggest doing career exploration through these classes. So you can take an intro to business class, maybe a cybersecurity course, engineering, different history, math, whatever we offer, just so you can see what is out there. So by the time you get to that four-year institution, you know what you want to major in, and you can walk into that major right away. Then we have our information systems, cybersecurity associate's degree. Very much like business administration, you can use it to walk into an entry-level position or transfer to a four-year of your choice. And then lastly, we have our pre-bachelor's of science in nursing. This should give you a majority of the prerequisites that you would need in order to apply to a 4 years BSN program. Now, I mentioned it's really fast paced. The classes are offered in 5 or 7 week formats. 7 weeks is typically for your math, science, and IT courses. Everything else would be offered in a 5-week format. We also embed an academic advisor into your virtual classroom. So if you ever need assistance, they are there to support you at that time. But also remember, you do have your professors. So if you have questions about upcoming assignments, tests, please use them and ask those questions. But let's switch gears again. I want to talk a little bit about our career and professional training opportunities that we have for you here at Germanna. So this is more of our untraditional options for students if you want to learn a vocation skill, work with your hands. We do offer apprenticeship programs, and these can last anywhere from 2 to 4 years long, just depends on which one you choose. Your first semester with us, you would take core crafts, which gives you the basic skills to walk into any of the apprenticeship programs. You would then choose which apprenticeship you'd like. At that time, we place you with a community partner, and then it becomes learn and earn for you. So you learn the skill and you earn money at the same time. Upon completion of the program, you receive your credential and then you become workforce ready. So we offer apprenticeships in HVAC, electrical, plumbing, asphalt technician, welding, heavy equipment operator, CNC milling, carpentry, and there's several others. So if you're interested in one of our apprenticeship programs, when you go to Germanna's website, go to our workforce and community education tab so you can see all the different apprenticeship programs that we offer. And then we have this thing called the student questionnaire. Please fill that out. It's kind of like a mini application. At the end of it, you'll receive a confirmation, and then our program director will reach out to you to talk a little bit more specifically about the particular apprenticeship programs that you're interested in. We also offer short-term credentialing opportunities in various areas in business, computer and technology, health, wellness, construction and transportation. So if you want to learn how to drive an 18-wheeler, we do CDL certifications, phlebotomy training if you want to learn how to take people's blood, and different computer software programs as well, like Amazon Web Services, CompTIA, anything like that. So if you're also interested in one of those short-term options, typically they last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. You can also look for those underneath the workforce and community education page. So it's a little bit different than traditional college. This gets you into the workforce really quickly if you need to do so. At the same time, you can also complete an associate's degree in technical studies, so you can carry that with you as well. And then switching gears again, let's talk about early college. We offer high school dual enrollment. And this is for juniors and seniors in high school who wish to challenge themselves a little bit more than what they're currently doing at their high school. So you can start earning college credit while you're in high school. You can also potentially receive your college degree even before you complete high school. A lot of our students who are in our early college program will graduate from Germanna first with their associates, and then they will walk with their high school diploma. So it's pretty cool. So there's 2 options for dual enrollment. We have in-school, which is traditional dual enrollment. This is where you would be taking the college course at your high school with your high school teacher. And then we also offer independent dual enrollment. So this is done independently of your high school schedule. Also, if you're a homeschooled student, you would be considered an independent student always. Then we have our early college programs. So we have the Gladys P. Todd Academy. This is for James Monroe and Spotsylvania high school students specifically. There is an application process that will take place at the end of your sophomore year to be to apply to different spots in the program. So you'd be a high school student and a Germanna community college student at the same time. And again, you would graduate with your associate's degree just a month, maybe a couple weeks before you graduate with your high school degree. And then we have our Germanna Scholars Program. That's for Culpeper County and Eastern View students. So again, if you're interested in taking one of these classes, you'll need to meet with your high school counselor first. They need to make sure that you meet the requirements. These are college classes and they follow you for the rest of your life. So we want to make sure that you're academically prepared for them. If they say, yes, you're good to go, you'll do the Germanna application. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to fill out. And then you'll meet with a Germanna counselor. They'll go over your current high school transcript, see where you would be placed in our classes, and then help you enroll in those. Every semester that you're still in high school but wish to enroll in a Germanna class, you'll need to go through this process with the exception of the application. You only need to do that once. So if you decide after high school graduation, you're going to come directly to Germanna and you were previously a dual enrollment student, you don't need to reapply. Just email our admissions office or our academic advising office and we'll get you in, get you registered for classes, and then get you started right away. Or if you decide after high school graduation, you're going to go off to a four-year institution, make sure you have your Germanna transcripts sent to them so you can get credit for the classes that you've already taken with us. So again, if you're interested in this, have that conversation with your high school counselor first before you do apply. So let's talk a little bit about our transfer and career services that we have here at Germanna. Transferring is probably the most popular pathway that our students take here at Germanna. So we have over 45 different transfer partners here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I'll put those up on the screen for you. So we have an agreement with each of these institutions. As long as you meet their criteria, their deadline, and you graduate with your associate's degree from us, you have a guaranteed yes to move over to any of these institutions and to finish out your bachelor's degree program. So I highly suggest if you are interested in doing the guaranteed admissions agreement, transferring to a four-year, when you meet with your academic advisor, let them know that you're thinking about it. If you have a couple institutions in mind, let them know so we can get you into the appropriate classes early. So your last semester with us, it's really easy peasy. All we're doing is filling out the application and helping you transfer over. Now, there are some programs out there, it just depends on each institution, that are not encompassed in the guaranteed admissions agreements. You would typically see this for music, dance, theater programs, even some nursing, dental hygiene, and engineering programs. So if you're interested in one of those areas, we also suggest reaching out to that particular institution since they're experts in their own program and ask those questions before we get you enrolled in some classes. If it's not a part of the guaranteed admissions agreements, we can still help you transfer. There's just going to be additional steps that we'll have to take to help you transfer to that institution of your choice. We're also #1 in University of Mary Washington transfers. Since we're right down the road from them, we send tons and tons of students to them every single semester. And we actually have a couple opportunities for you to take classes with both us and Mary Washington at the same time. So if you know UMW is eventually where you would want to end up, let your academic advisor know. So maybe we can get you registered for some of those classes. You get a taste of what life is like at UMW before you even start. You finish out your associate's degree with us, and then we help you transfer fully over. And then again, just to hound it at you guys, we're about 1/3 of the cost of most Virginia four-year public schools. It's really, really important to sit down with your parents or guardians or whoever might be helping you pay for college to talk about how much is this going to cost and what funding options are out there. And we'll be talking about those a little bit later on. But again, I wanted to show you these. These are all the different schools. I did see a question pop up. What about out of state schools? We do help students apply to out-of-state schools. We do not have any agreements with out-of-state schools, though. So it's going to be a little bit different process, but we definitely have helped students in the past, so no worries about that. So we have our transfer and career services, and I just want to see if I can delete that. There we go. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. So we have our career and transfer services here at Germanna. It's always free to you. They will talk about the different guaranteed admissions agreements with you, talk about transfer advising. So specifically for those out-of-state schools, or maybe you're interested in a program that's not a part of the guaranteed admissions agreement. There's also transfer grants and scholarships out there. So as long as you're a good student, you meet the criteria, you might be eligible to receive money to take with you when you transfer to that 4-year of choice to help pay for your education with them, which is really, really great. They also do career assessments and exploration. So if you're not sure exactly what you want to do right now, especially if you're 16, 17 years old, it's really hard for us to say, hey, what do you want to do for the next 40, 50 years of your life? So they'll sit down with you, take you through the different career assessments and exploring all the different options out there. They also do job preparation. So they do like resume building workshops, interview skills workshops. And then we do have an internship coordinator. So if it's a part of your associate's degree, or if you just want to get some on the job learning, we do have connections with community partners to get students in that door, job shadow, just learn about that business as part of their education with us. So there's a lot of opportunities for students. I highly suggest at least meet with our transfer and career services once, so you have an idea of how to write a resume, what to wear for an interview, and then also helping you with that transfer application. So switching gears again and talking about our academic and student support services that we offer here at Germanna. And again, it's all free to you as a student, so I highly suggest using it. Not a lot of institutions can say that they have free tutoring services for their students. So speaking of tutoring, we have our Academic Center for Excellence. We do math and writing virtual hours right now because of the pandemic. So if you have an English question for your homework and then a math question for your homework, you can jump from one Zoom room to the other to get those questions answered. You're also entitled to 2 free one-on-one hours per week with a tutor in any other subject matter. And we have a 24/7 online tutoring service. So if you decide you're going to work on your homework at 2 a.m., Germanna will be asleep, but you can jump onto this website and get an answer right away, which is really great for students. So I highly suggest use this service while you have it. It is super fantastic. Then we have our library and research help. So we have a full library for you to use if you need to check out books, DVDs, anything like that, they'll help you there. But also your first semester, you're gonna write quite a few papers, especially college papers. So you can actually get in touch with our librarians. They'll get you to the correct databases, talk about citations. So if you need to use APA or MLA, whatever it might be. So they're here to support you while you're at Germanna in any capacity. So highly suggest chat with them at least once. We then have student life and activities for our students. So we have various different student organizations, and if you don't find one that you're interested in, you and a couple of students can actually create your own. Probably the most popular and the largest one we have right now is our Student Government Association. We do have an a cappella group, and at one point I saw that we had a ping pong table organization. So there's a lot of fun things that students can do while they're here at Germanna. But it's all based off student interest. Currently right now, because of the pandemic, we can't necessarily meet in person, but they're doing a lot of watch parties for different movies. They hire caricature artists so we can all hang out in a Zoom room and they draw us all funny like, and it's a great time, especially in our current pandemic. Then we have Germanna Cares, which is a new service that we're offering. So if you ever need anything, if something outside of academics is a barrier to you for getting your homework done, maybe your car broke down and you can't get to campus when we do have in-person classes, let us know. We do have different services and funds in place to help students. You know, we've put tires on people's cars before, kept the lights on so they can finish out their semester and get a good job afterwards. So just let us know if you need that additional service. We do have it here for you. We have our Office of Disability Services. Now, if you had an IEP, 504, any kind of accommodation in high school, it does not automatically transfer from high school to college, and this is virtually anywhere. So we suggest to make an appointment with the office if you have documentation to provide it at that point. And then they work with you and your professors to make sure that your accommodations are being met every single semester. So again, if you are in need of this service, please make an appointment with them up front. You can find them on our website underneath academics. It's just the Office of Disability Services. They do have Zoom hours Monday through Thursday, so you can just click on the button and it will take you into a Zoom room very much like this, so you can chat with one of our liaisons. We also have counseling services. So again, life is hard and life hits us when we least expect it. So if you ever need someone to talk to, we do have those services for you as well. And lastly, we have our Military and Veteran Services Center. So if you're military affiliated, using any type of military benefits to help pay for your education, these are the folks you'll want to chat with. They'll make sure that those benefits are being applied to your classes, but they also become a one-stop shop for you. So they are academic advisors and financial aid advisors while also getting those military benefits applied to your education. So if you're part of that group, when you go to Germanna's website, you can look at their portion of the website, all the different forms that you might need to fill out, or you can just schedule an appointment with them to get things started. But I've done quite a bit of talking. I'd like to introduce Miss Sabrina Ballard. She's one of our fantastic financial aid advisors, and she's going to talk a little bit about how to pay for your future.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? All right. My name is Sabrina Ballard, and I'm Assistant Director here at Germanna Community College. I know that the financial aid process can be overwhelming, sometimes confusing, but you don't have to worry about that. We are here with you every step of the way. We have several ways you can get in touch with us. You can email any of our financial aid advisors or myself and ask any questions. You can make an appointment through Navigate. So we have one-on-one Zoom appointments. So you can share a screen, we can complete your FAFSA, we can do everything. Starting in May, we're gonna have walk-in Wednesdays where you can just click on a link and you'll be able to speak with one of our academic advisors without making an appointment. You can advance the slide. So let's talk about cost. Here at Germanna, like Carly said, we're a third of the cost of other institutions, four-year institutions. So as you can see, like looking at Virginia, Commonwealth of Virginia, their average cost is about $14,490. Now this cost does not include room and board or that wonderful swipe if your student wants to eat dinner while they're there. So we are approximately $5,000 per year. So on average, you can save $5,000 per semester. You can save $8,000 per year. And I don't know about you, but in 2 years, you can save $16,000 by attending Germanna. And I have about 10 things that I can go through that $16,000 right now. So at a third of the cost, you can attend Germanna. We have that same high quality education as a four-year institution at a fraction of the cost. And there's so many ways that you can pay for college here at Germanna. We have programs changing monthly here at Germanna. So if there's a way for you to go to school, if you have a desire to go to school, we can make that happen here at Germanna. The first is military benefits. So we have that one-stop shop that Carly was talking about. You go into military benefits from application. We can help you with your FAFSA right on to graduation. So they can help you with any type of benefits that are available to you. And if there are any military members on the call, thank you for your service. And then we have work study program. This work study program is fabulous because you can learn and work all at the same time. The only thing is you have to complete a FAFSA to do this. About 5 of our current staff members at our financial aid department have been work study program students. So definitely it's a great way to learn and work all at the same time. And then we have scholarship opportunities. We just started Award Spring, which is our scholarship platform. You can apply to over 70 scholarships in minutes. That's right, I said it, 70 scholarships in minutes. We'll ask you about 6 questions. You might have to do a small essay. It says 250 words. But if you can write a little bit about yourself in under 250 words, we'll accept that as well. So within minutes, you can apply to, let's say, out of 70, you might qualify for 30. There's no way you can look for scholarships that fast to apply to that many in 10 minutes. So we definitely ask you, if you're interested in scholarships, to look at Award Spring. It's available right now up until July 1st. So if you're going to be attending for next fall, which is fall 2021, definitely look at Award Spring. And then we have payment plan options. This is a convenient way to pay to school while you go. Our tuition and fees are so minimal, you'll be able to make payment plan options. Anywhere between a $35 and $45 non-refundable enrollment fee. You can put down a small percentage of your tuition and fee balance, and the remainder will be split up into 4 equal payments, 3, 2, 1, whichever payment plan you choose. And then of course we have loans and grants. If you complete that FAFSA, every single person, no matter what your expected family contribution number is, you automatically, 100% guaranteed, will get a chance to use the Federal Direct Student Loan Program. So right now, they're at a 2.75% interest rate. That Federal Direct Student Loan is in the student name, not in the parent's name. And as a dependent student, you can borrow up to $5,500 per year. So on average, for a full-time student, say if you're taking 12 credits, it'll be just under $2,000. So you can use the loan program if you don't qualify or need grants to attend Germanna. And then we have grants, both Pell and state grants. Remember, Pell is the largest grant. You can get up to $6,345 per aid year for grants. And of course, the state grants come by first come, first serve financial need. So even if your EFC is so high you don't qualify for grants, you still may qualify for that state grant. So please complete your FAFSA early. And then we have Fast Forward Grant and FANTIC Grant. These are 2 great programs if you're in that work study program that Carly was talking about. Let's say about the FANTIC Grant. You just have to fill out an application, and that FANTIC Grant can pay 100% of your program. That's right, that's 100%, which that is great. Say, for example, you want to get your CDL, which on average is about almost $5,000 for that program. If you qualify for that FANTIC grant, it is absolutely free for you. Because since COVID, they just changed the eligibility requirements. So a lot of the students are going to that program for absolutely free. And then we have the REV, Re-Employing Virginians. This program is to help students who were impacted by COVID, which is a lot of the students that we have at Germanna. If you are underemployed or unemployed due to COVID-19 for a certificate program or workforce program, you can receive up to $1,500 for that certificate. And then $1,500 for part-time students in a certificate program or a degree program, and up to $3,000 for full-time students as a degree program or a certificate program. So this is a great way to pay for school. Also, you don't need a FAFSA. So if for whatever reason you don't qualify for, you can't qualify for that FAFSA application, you can definitely do the REV. And then the G3 program. This is a great program that's getting ready to start, and it's for high demand degrees. This program is also just sort of like REV, which is in a high degree program. The only difference is with G3, you have to do a FAFSA. Everything else is behind the scenes. We see if you qualify for that program. So the high demand fields are early childhood education, healthcare, information technology, public safety, and trade skills. Tuition could be free, so definitely complete that FAFSA so we can see if you qualify for that G3 program, and it's open to all.
Awesome. Thank
All
you,
right.
Sabrina.
You're welcome.
And then I would like to introduce Mr. Sam Short. He is our assistant registrar here at Germanna, and he's going to talk about how to get started with us.
Thank you, Carly, and good evening to everybody. And it really is an exciting time if you're interested in pursuing your education with us further. But with Rev and G3, like Sabrina was talking about, there is the possibility for a tuition-free experience for you to move forward with a certificate or a degree that's going to connect in a high-demand field. So if you're thinking about if you're thinking about trades or healthcare, IT security, early childhood, public safety, this is your time to take advantage of those kinds of opportunities. And we're really happy you're with us and to help make that possible for you. I am Sam Short. I am the Assistant Registrar for Admissions. And the beauty about your being here this evening and thinking about Germanna and the community college as your next steps is that we don't put up barriers for you. If you are interested in pursuing your education, whatever that means, whatever that looks like, wherever you're thinking you want to connect with a career, we're here for you. We are open access. If you want to learn and to apply yourself to a degree field or to a job, we want to meet with you. You're a Germanna student. All you need to do is fill out our online application, and you're in. You're with us, and we'll meet with you, and we'll walk you through every step of the way, answer your questions. The application, if you go to germanna.edu, on the main page, there's a black button that says Apply Now. Click there and follow through those steps. And it's about a 15, maybe 20-minute application. A lot of questions, but once you've finished it, it's going to give you your username, your ID, and you're a Germanna student. You're in, and you're with us. It's an easy, straightforward process. And I'll put in the chat, if you do run into any difficulties, a contact information for you to get in touch with us to have someone help you finish that application or troubleshoot whatever problems you've got. But we're happy to have you and so glad you're here.
Great, thanks, Sam. I also want to mention to our high school students, we do not require any SAT, ACT test scores. If you have AP, IB, CLEP tests, please submit those as well. We might be able to give you credit for those classes already.